So think about this.
Yes.
Immigrants, they come from Taiwan, they get assimilated into the country, and they turn into Native Americans.
Wow.
There you go.
Look at that.
To our cold. To our cold.
Are we going to stand and say the pledge?
All right, let's do it today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Beautiful, most gracious skies, the waves of grace.
First of all, we had an emphasis
Mad.
on one nation, now we're going to sing.
They're going back to Taiwan after they heard that.
They're done.
So Steve is back, and Steve is back, in front. Mac in the back with an attack.
Let's hope.
All President accounted for, sir.
Yes, sir. Then we have Brian with one eye.
One eye.
We have Fred with one tie.
With one
We
time.
have the ho-ho family. The ho-ho
When's the next flight to Taiwan?
family. I thought it was pretty good myself. And then we have the cells and the rights and the right cells.
Yes.
That's right. Forrest Allen Ward.
Yes, sir.
Dick is back, David is back, and look, a name dropper.
Oh,
Once again,
Good morning. That's it.
the Ziglar family is, and Cindy's back there, Cindy. She brought her brother Tom. And the Ziglar family has given us an opportunity to meet people, to fellowship, to commune, and one of our favorite people is here today. She's always got great stories, and she always says something happening to her. Like there's always, throwing in, there's always something happening in her life. And it's amazing because of her faith. We'll hear from that today. She has no idea what she's going to talk about, and I don't really care because I see the cake. Charlotte Ann Moore.
Good morning, everyone.
good morning.
How are y'all doing this morning?
Wonderful.
I'm here.
Yes. Happy to be here again. And you know what? One of my girlfriends reminded me, she said, this is your, I think, 4th time being here. And I'm so excited to be able to be back and share with you guys. And Brian is right that there's always something happening, and it kind of ties in with the topic today. Today, I'm going to talk to you just for a few minutes from Exodus 4, verses 1 through 5. And it's about God, a story about God and fear and faith and what to do with what you've been given. And as Brian alluded to, that's something that I'm living right now. So today I'm going to read this, and we're going to have a brief prayer, and I'll tell you what my topic is because it ties right into our treat this morning. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, the Lord has not appeared unto thee. Have you ever been not believed? You're trying to get somebody to hear what you're trying to say, and they're like, please, you know, I don't know. I don't trust you on that. And even before you get turned down, you turn yourself down. How many of y'all, I know you're in sales, anybody else in sales? And have you ever had that day of no confidence where you're going, I don't know why I'm here. I don't even know why I'm driving up on this parking lot because, you know, and you're almost like, you don't want to buy a widget, do you? You know, you kind of do that sometimes in your head. You don't want to buy that, yeah. It's like, well, no, I did want to buy it, but after you said that. So the Lord said unto him, what is that in thine hand? I'm reading from King James because I was raised Baptist, and this is the only Bible that God reads.
King Jimmy's.
King James, right. And he said, cast it onto the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth thy hand, take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. So today we're going to be talking about what's your pound cake.
Ah,
If you're tweeting or something, hashtag pound cake, what's your pound cake?
there you go.
So, as Brian mentioned, there's a lot of stuff going on. I've been working for a company for almost a year, and the first 3 months were bliss. The first 3 months I was thrilled. I think I spoke the last time when I just started, and I was so excited about being there, and so excited about being part of the team, and so excited about the company, and I still do like the company. Then I got transferred. And I got transferred to someone that I will only say was very difficult. It was not a good situation. And I found myself feeling bad about myself. And that's not normally my default. That's not normally how I view myself. I think of myself as being a pretty confident person. We all have our moments. But I'm going, wait a minute. You've been in this game a minute, as they say. You've been here for a minute. You know what you're doing. Why are you feeling bad? And then it kind of descended to a point where, and it wasn't my performance, I should say that. It wasn't my performance. I think it was a matter of personality. And I found myself going home drained, sad, stressed. And then I thought, because we're on a team, a project that's very, very high profile, that's why I was so excited about being transferred. It was a high profile project, and I thought, okay, this is great. I have certain skill sets. I have a certain set of skills. And I can use them to help the team. But I was hitting a ceiling. And I found myself not being happy. And then I thought, what can I do to help the team? Because once a pastor, always a pastor, right? Once a minister, always a minister. You're always going to find out, well, what can I do to help the team? So I thought, I know, everybody's stressed out. I'll bake a pound cake. And I bake a pound cake. What a concept, right? So I started because, if you're in ever been in an office situation, which of course we all have, I'm speaking generically. When you're in an office situation, we will eat shaved wood if you put sugar on it. It's so good.
It is free.
And it's free. Put a little dirt in a bowl with some water, mix it up, put some chips around it, and we got a party. Yeah. And so you'll catch that later. And so that's what I started to do because I wanted to bring people together. I like seeing people smile. I like seeing people happy. And so I said, I'll bake a pound cake. I brought it, put it on the table. They devoured it. I was happy. And then I realized that every week I said, you know what? I'll bring one next week. Okay, they devoured it. And every week, people started to look forward to them. Mm-hmm. And so my first point this morning is find your voice. Mm-hmm. This is not about me, it's about you guys. There are certain sets of skills and tools that each one of you have. Moses said, they will not hearken unto my voice, but there are some people who have an ear that is only attuned to you. Mm-hmm. You've been in situations where they won't listen to anybody else, but if Brian says it, yeah, okay. You can say the exact same thing. But if Brian says it, it must be true. And it is, right?
Always.
Always, right?
Because he's funny.
He's funny, yes, he is. So, what makes you you? I know we're, Christians here, we bring the Lord into the workplace. That's what we're about. But what makes you you? Because it starts with you. It doesn't start with, hi, do you know Jesus? It starts with, hi, my name's Charlotte Ann. And I find out that you like to shoot pool and I like to shoot pool. I do like to shoot pool.
Hustler.
But I like to shoot pool, and you start to talk about that. Or you start to talk about whatever it is that you have in common. And that's where that common ground comes in. I know that I don't need to teach evangelism here, but in this context, sometimes it takes unusual methods to get supernatural results. So pain leads pound cake. If I were in a super happy place, I wouldn't necessarily have made this. You know, I would have been, oh, I'm so busy. But the team was, oh, this is so rough. Oh, and I said, you know what, I'll just bring some happy today. And so I would send out an email, group email. And when I'd send out the email, I started to just send out the email when I was sitting at my desk with the thing on my desk, because if I said, I have such and such coming, it was like they'd be standing there waiting for it. I had people, texting me, you said you would be here. Where is it? So I said, well, okay, this is good. I'm bringing some happy, people who have something to talk about other than gripe about how rough the week is going. And so the second point is what's in your hand. Somebody say, change the culture. Change the culture.
Change the culture.
Thank you.
Change the culture.
Change the culture. What is it that you have, that you do, that you bring, that is so different, so unique, that you can change the culture? That you can actually, with something as simple as a pound cake, something as simple as, I like to read mystery novels. I like to write mystery novels. You like to read them? I like to write them. Let's talk about that. And people remember who you are and what you do, and there's openings to share and openings to change the culture. The third point I have is use what you've got. Be consistent. As I said, I started bringing something every Monday. One Monday I brought pecan pralines. I do not recommend making those if you ever made it. Hot sugar is not a good thing on your hands. But they came out okay. They ate them. They devoured them. It's all about devouring. And so I started to bring them every Monday. I bring, this one is lemon. I brought chocolate chip. I brought caramel. I brought pineapple, sour cream, and just switch it up. And so people, well, what did you bring this week? What did you bring this week? What did you bring this week? One person, we had to every day give a report and say, I did this yesterday. I'm doing this today. These are the blockers for me doing what. Someone actually put Charlotte Ann didn't bring a pound cake. That was a blocker.
Okay.
I was happy, proud that someone liked my work, and I have to say this, that, I was looking forward to a little bit of happy myself, that people appreciated what I did. But it was also good to know that the culture was being changed. So the fourth point is the other thing is that be consistent, switch it up, and know that your pound cake is a weapon. It's a weapon. Yes, it is. It sounds really, not just because it's loaded with sugar, but hopefully it won't kill anybody, but it's a weapon. That thing that you have, that thing that you do, that thing that you bring is a weapon, and the enemy will not like that. Just know that. But know that you're doing it for God's glory, and you're bringing something that no one else can bring. They might bring the same thing, but they don't bring it like you do. They might say the same thing, but they don't say it like you do. In the Baptist denomination, they'll say of a certain preacher, well, he really knows how to say it, or she really knows how to say it. Meaning that there's something about their speech. Obviously, Mr. Ziglar had it. Something about him that no one else could say. Fourth point is be powerful, but be peaceful. Collaborate. There's a lady with my company who, she actually bakes as a profession. That's her side gig. She bakes as a profession. And I felt a little, after things started going, I thought, oh God, I'm stepping on her toes, infringing on her territory. No, I started to ask her questions. Well, how do I fix this? Well, how do I keep this from being lumpy? What do I need to do? And she was happy to share. And I would share with her. And so what could have been a conflict became a collaboration. Your pound cake has a purpose. It created community. It can lead others to Christ. And it can change the culture. So I want you to think about today, I keep saying it, but what's your pound cake? Just stop for a second and think about, what am I not sharing? What am I afraid to share? That has nothing, it may have nothing to do, and hear me, nothing to do with what you do for a living. What you do, I sell widgets. I sell golf clubs, whatever it is. But what is that weapon, that secret weapon that you're holding back because it doesn't seem to fit with what you are doing on a daily basis? So today I'm going to share this with you, and hopefully it'll be okay. Made this in a hurry, I was sleepy, so and I want to pray for you and just ask God to illuminate your mind and just have you to show you what it is that you maybe put aside, that you said, nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to see that. Because each one of us has something that we're holding back. I promise you that. Father, in your Son Jesus' name, we just thank you so much for this day. This is your day. You made it. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Father, thank you for our life and health and strength. Thank you for the activity of our limbs. Thank you not only for our professions, but thank you for our pound cakes. Thank you for those things that we don't necessarily consider as being maybe viable in the workplace or being important. But everything's important to you. And every gift that you placed in us is good. And so help us to not take things for granted. Help us not to overlook what you've given us, and help us use it as a weapon for the kingdom and for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Maybe this is together. It's one of my favorite is this is kind of tattered and torn, but the great line is, a Bible that's falling apart is usually owned by someone who's not.
Wow.
And the thing that came to mind about the culture is one of my heroes, Harry Chase, said, whoever tells the story shapes the culture. But you gotta know the story.
Got to know the story.
So then you know the story. And now, somewhere along the line, Cindy's got utensils back there. We're gonna pound the pound cake.
All right.
Charlotte, you made your half hour go so fast. It was so good.
That was a half